Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Welcome to the YouTube broadcast of the IRS Radio Hour, heard every Sunday at 5 o'clock on AM 560. The Answer. We hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday because we record Friday, show airs Sunday. So we hope you guys are having a wonderful time. If you guys are watching and you have any questions, actually, even if you're not watching the live feed and you're just following up with the show, please leave a comment if you have a question. That way we can answer it for you either this show or the next show. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a way to answer your problems, and let's get them solved today. And that's Open Tax Resolution 312-664-6649. Now, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in northeastern Illinois, give me, Jim Leahy, a call. 847-271-3695. That's Jim Leahy with @Properties, 847-271-3695. I work with predominantly in the North Shore and the Chicagoland area. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to sell your home, give me a call today, Jim Leahy with @Properties. But also, too, Open Tax Resolutions. I can give you the number all day. We're just going to film several hours of me saying the phone number. I think that'll be just to get it in your head. That's the way to go. We're going to be starting here soon. We have a great show lined up today. Attorney Stephen Leahy, what do you think?
Well, it's funny, Jim, because I had already penciled in what I was going to talk about for the Mr. Know-It-All, and then I got a call again. I think from a lawyer friend of mine had referred. So now I'm thinking maybe I should do it in the blog segment rather than the question segment. That's what I'm thinking. And but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about. Are we going to do a Trump segment today? Because there's so much going on with the El Trumpster.
Like what?
Well, I don't know if I've been watching, listening to Joe Walsh, and last night he was all over about this military parade, and it looks like they are going to
cancel it,
scrap the military parade.
It's so stupid.
Well, it's stupid and not. I can understand why.
It's a waste of taxpayer money.
Well, I don't know if it is or not.
The guy comes in saying, I'm going to do nothing but cut taxes. I'm going to do this and that. Well, yeah, he cuts taxes, but he signs the largest spending bill, second largest spending bill in American history. Then he wants to spend $90 million on a parade or whatever. Just whatever. Listen. We don't need a parade. We got a big stick. Okay, right?
So
you know what we're about.
I'm trying to redo the show on the fly because this was going to be my.
You know what?
My
a
Mr.
professional
Know-It-All
has always told me, don't give away your hand.
You don't know any
Nobody
professionals.
Really. I know you. Are you a professional?
I am a professional because we're live on.
That's right. Yeah, now you're looking. I do apologize for my voice today, ladies and gentlemen. I am volunteering for Deerfield Youth Football. Young Warriors. Again, it's Deerfield, Illinois, Young Warriors. And I'm trying to do my part for the community, help kids out who want to learn how to play the game of football. Really, the focus I'm trying to do is make sure that they tackle correctly so that we can limit the amount of head injuries. But not only that, spinal injuries as well. Because if you take a look at how the form tackling is and how kids are really approaching it, they want to do the big hits like the football players in the NFL. Well, let's start by changing that and start form tackling properly. Once we form tackle and you're able to keep your chest up, keep your head up, you're not going to see those kind of injuries.
Jim always did that when he's try to block me.
That was good.
I was good, he says. He was good.
I hurt my knee, though.
Did you see? Yeah, I know you did. And it hurts your knee every time you think about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
It does.
But I was yelling. The kids wouldn't listen yesterday, so I had to
beat them up.
Well, no. One of the things is it's about teamwork. You guys have to pay attention to the field, and they're not paying attention. So they had to run, and they had to run.
Okay, think.
So if you guys are in the Deerfield, Illinois area or Highland Park, because we're feeding both towns together, if you guys are in Deerfield or in Highland Park and you guys in Illinois and you want to have your kid involved, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th, bring them on out to Deerfield Young Warriors. We'll get them signed up, get them a helmet, get them pads, and get them ready to go. It's going to be a fun experience. We're looking for kids, really looking to keep the game of football going. We're trying to, again, injuries are always on the top of everybody's mind, but what we're trying to do is limit the injuries by proper tackling techniques and creating a teamwork, line. I can't think of what else.
Teamwork.
Create a
community.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, create a community.
Friendship.
I kind of felt like
cohort.
I kind of
community.
I kind of felt like
collective.
Like you for a minute there, Jim, because as you were talking, I wasn't paying attention like you do when I talk. You don't
I
always
listen
pay
to you. I do. I listen to you. Attorney Stephen Leahy. I'm not an attorney. There's a lot of things that you talk about, especially during your blog segment, where I can't.
Until it affects you.
Yeah,
and that's a big part of it.
That is
I agree
true.
with that. I agree.
That is true. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a problem and we don't address it on this show, there are other shows that you can go and watch.
We've been doing this for 4 years now.
That's right. We have a catalog of videos that you can go through and you can get your question answered. Or you can call Attorney Stephen Leahy with Open Tax Resolution 312-664-6649. Again, that number is 312-664-6649.
That's true. Let's have either Think or Respect ready for the first segment, and whenever you're ready, we'll do the first segment.
You want to play one of her songs right at the start, or when do you want to? What did you just say?
I said have them ready.
Have one at the ready.
Yes.
Surprise you. All right.
You can always surprise me. I'm always good for that.
Pursuant to Internal Revenue Service guidance, be advised that any federal tax advice contained in this program is not intended to be used, and it cannot be used by any person or entity for the purpose of avoiding any tax penalties that may be imposed by the Internal Revenue Service or any other U.S. federal taxing authority or agency, or promoting, marketing, or recommending to another party any transaction or matter addressed in this show. The opinions expressed by the host and the guests are their own and may not be used as authoritative advice. Any use of this material without the written consent of the host is strictly prohibited.
You're listening to the IRS Radio Hour with your host, Attorney Stephen Leahy, on AM 560, The Answer. Tune in every week at 5 for an informative discussion about IRS obligations, credit card debt, mortgage default, collection activity, and how to resolve these legal issues using tax resolution, debt settlement, mortgage loan modification, foreclosure defense, and bankruptcy. Your host is Stephen Leahy, and the principal at Open Tax Resolutions and the law office of Stephen Leahy, PC. Stephen is the author of Deal with Your IRS Problems Today. IRS and debt issues are serious, but there is help. There are resolutions. So get ready and take notes during the IRS Radio Hour. And now, here's your host, Attorney Stephen Leahy.
Hello, fellow taxpayers. See what I did there?
Yes, you did.
We are coming to you from Studio C at AM 560, The Answer. This is the IRS Radio Hour.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Now, this show's sponsored by the law office of Stephen A. Leahy, PC, and Opum Tax Resolutions.
God bless you, Open Tax Resolution.
A little chuckle there for my brother. Opum helps people solve IRS problems. We help people with audits and levies, liens and garnishments, collections, unfiled tax returns, and payroll tax issues. I also help people with mortgage foreclosures, loan modifications, bankruptcy, and other debt-related issues. So if you have one of these issues, or if you know someone who does, you should give me a call at 312-664-6649. Again, that number is 312-664-6649. Or you can visit us on the web at chicagotaxteam.com. I am your host. I am Attorney Stephen Leahy. First, I have to introduce myself. Then I will introduce our technical producer, Deborah Schreiner.
Hey, guys. Good to see you both.
Great to see you too, Deborah.
And I also want to introduce my nephew, my co-host, my very good friend, my realtor, my very good friend, Jim Leahy.
Hello, fellow American. This you should vote. Me. I leave power. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is right. Deborah Schreiner, best in the business. Deborah, thank you so much. That was an
She keeps
introduction.
pulling them out, doesn't
That's
she?
from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of my favorite episodes where Dennis runs for comptroller. It's great. It's
It is a good one.
What a great show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the IRS Radio Hour on AM 560, The Answer. Not only is this show going to give you information to help you alleviate your tax problems, But what it will do is give you information and entertainment on things that are going to pertain, that have interest to you.
We also have discussions.
Yes.
We're going to discuss.
My voice is a little hoarse today. It's a little rough, so I do apologize for that.
I don't think we can call it that anymore. We got to call it sore because saying it's horse is against like donkeys and things like that. So,
The
you're not
Democrats?
being fair. Oh, that's true.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go right into the first segment. The news roundup.
Review and comment on the news.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah, think. Let your mind go, let yourself be free. Let's go back, let's go well back me. I didn't even know you.
Look at Jim dancing right now. He loves this song.
And that's
Love the song.
The farthest from dancing.
Love the song.
Just wasn't a huge. Hey, I just wasn't.
God bless her.
It's sad. I just wasn't a huge.
I did
fan.
learn. I think I've heard this before, but how integral she was involved in the church, and that's where
yes.
she began. Her father was a pastor, and as far as I remember, as far as I heard, and that's how she got involved in music. And
Lots of gospel singing.
And yes, and came and stayed with the church and was an integral part of that church up until the day she died.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear the gospel in her singing.
Yeah, very much so. A lot of soul.
We generally listen to gospel in my house every Sunday. Especially when my wife doesn't go to church.
Do you really?
She usually goes on Saturday night. My wife.
Do you really listen? A lot?
Yeah, we do.
I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
we do listen to gospel. It's I remember we used to go to Dick's Resort.
Last Resort?
Last Resort, that's right. They had a great Sunday brunch with the gospel singers there. Great. When they were at the North Pier, now they're moving. They moved, but that's what you got here.
Who's this?
I don't know.
Is this
Gospel.
Aretha Are we just going to do this whole segment of Aretha Franklin?
She's gone, Jim. A lot of us care about
Who
that.
really listen? All right. I'm sorry she passed. But Deborah's right. Once somebody passes, we're like, we just
nostalgia.
It's nostalgic. We just immerse ourselves in it. I'm sure we have listeners out there that were real big. But come on,
You weren't.
When was the last time you were really blasting Aretha Franklin?
Again,
before she died, when did you really sit down and you're like, yeah, I'm getting a
1980s.
dose? Yeah, come on now.
No, actually, before that, because I do listen to soul music on occasion.
I'm sure.
Old
just not my
Jackson
cup of tea. It's
5,
just not my cup of tea.
Aretha Franklin, the Supremes, the Temptations. I listen to all that stuff. I grew up with it. So
Yeah, and you know what? This is just different eras.
Bernadette!
I get you.
Love
I get
that
you.
song.
It's different eras, and
I do love
it's
that
a
song.
respect, but
That's always been on my favorite list, Bernadette, and some of these older songs have always been on my favorite list. But anyway, what you mentioned something else that had nothing to do with music when we were, and you mentioned the Manafort case.
I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea what that's about. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really paying attention to that kind of stuff right now. I'm really trying to. I'm trying to focus more, but what's going on?
If you're not paying attention, I am.
Good.
Okay?
Tell me
So
what is it about?
Okay.
Why is he going? What's the problem?
This is what's terrible about
he
this.
lied to
the average tax evasion case or something like that. The guy spends 6 months. And I'm going to talk about that because I got a call this week about that. But the average tax evasion case, the guy you spend about 6 months in prison. They're threatening him with 50 years to 100 years in prison for tax. So it's. Are we live again, Jim? Are you looking?
Yeah. Hold on, give me a second. Did that really stop?
It did, yeah.
Oh, it stopped a long time.